Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. How is everyone doing today? Let me know in the chat if you can. How is everyone doing? I've got, I was doing some project work last week, and I've got project work. That sounded so sterile. I was journaling. I was working on a project. I was journaling, and I've got like little paper bits and pieces kind of littering my desk. Just cleaning that up. How is everyone doing? We're going to get started here in just a second. I am running just a little bit behind schedule. Good morning, Miss Cindy. So I was like racing the clock. I've got 5 minutes. And then it was 8 after 5. I was logging on. Good morning. Good morning. How was everyone's weekend? Good morning, Miss Darlene. How was everyone's weekend? Did you have a good weekend? Mine was fantastic. Good morning, Miss Elma. Awake, but not actually up yet. That is totally fine. I'm up, but I'm still not fully awake. So there we go. Very good, nice and relaxing. Awesome. Good. How was everyone else's weekend? Let me know. Cindy K, are you in the camper today? This weekend? Did you all make it to the lake? Busy? You had a women's event for church and a birthday party for the grandson. Oh, fun. Yes, Alma. We are inverted. I don't know what you would call that. You are at the camper. You are by the lake. Oh, so lovely. So lovely. I'm happy for you. That's great. I had a wonderful weekend. We had church. All of that was great. A friend and former student of mine, I used to teach her youth class when she was a teenager. She's not a college student, but she came over and we watched Anne of Green Gables. She had never seen it, but she'd read all the books. And so I got to introduce her to the series. And so we watched the first one and she loved it. And we got to talk about books. She's a huge book reader and she browsed my shelves and took some home to borrow. And it was a lot of fun. We had dinner and hung out. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. I hadn't done that in a while, so it was good. All right. Let's go ahead and start off with our psalm for the day. We are reading Psalm 33, Praise to the Creator. I love that. You may see me like I'm pushing a button over here. I'm trying to turn on my monitor. I have a double monitor, and in the mornings, it just has a hard time waking up. So you may see me fiddle with it here and there. Okay. Psalm 33, Praise to the Creator. Let me take a drink, get my water in. All right. Rejoice in the Lord, you righteous ones. Praise from the upright is beautiful. Praise the Lord with the lyre. Make music to him with a 10-stringed harp. Sing a new song to him. Play skillfully on the strings with a joyful shout. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his work is trustworthy. He loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the Lord's unfailing love. The heavens were made by the word of the Lord, and all the stars by the breath of his mouth. He gathers the water of the sea into a heap. He puts the depths into storehouses. Let the whole earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. For he spoke, and it came into being. He commanded it, and it came into existence. The Lord frustrates the counsel of the nations. He thwarts the plans of the people. The counsel of the Lord stands forever. He put the plans of his heart from generation to generation. Happy is the nation whose God is the Lord, the people he has chosen to be in his own possession. The Lord looks down from heaven. He observes everyone. He gazes on all the inhabitants of the earth from his dwelling place. He forms the hearts of them all. He considers their works. A king is not saved by a large army. A warrior will not be rescued by great strength. The horse is a false hope for safety. It provides no escape by its great power. But look, the Lord keeps his eye on those who fear him, those who depend on his faithful love, to rescue them from death and to keep them alive in famine. We wait for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. For our heart rejoices in him, because we trust in his holy name. May your faithful love rest on us, Lord, for we put our hope in you. That was Psalm 33. And that was beautiful. I really love the line where it says, where is it? I was going to say, I really like this part. And then I was reading another part and I like that part too. I love the whole thing. I like verse 5 where it says, he loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of the Lord's unfailing love. Good morning from Germany, or well, good afternoon from Germany. Good morning, good afternoon. Hello, Alexandra. So verse 5 is beautiful. The whole thing is beautiful, but that stood out to me. And then verses 18 and 19. But look, the Lord keeps his eye on those who fear him, those who depend on his faithful love, to rescue them from death and to keep them alive in famine. I thought that was beautiful. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Jennifer. What are you doing awake? Did you not work last night? Good morning. Good morning. I'm still waking up. Jennifer! Oh. Tell us all the things. I'm trying to get hydrated over here. I always wake up so thirsty. Well, moderately thirsty. You did not. Your new schedule has started. That's awesome. Is that a good thing? Are we liking it? Are we acclimating? How is that going? How is that going? I'm going to pull out our discussion card. I've got the icebreaker deck today. And so, you know what? It's hilarious because I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see this. See how the colors are divided? It's going to drive me nuts. I may not do this. But, sorry, my body's turning on. Okay, here we go. I may not do this, but I feel like I should just mix them up so that, you know what I'll do? I'm going to take one from each. What if I do that? One from each color. That would make more sense. And then pick one. It is crazy. Not a consistent schedule. Probably not until the new year. Oy. Bless your heart, Jennifer. Well, stay strong because that sounds chaotic. That sounds so chaotic. You'll excel. I know you'll excel, but take care of yourself. Okay, so I'm picking one from each category. And I'm going to randomly pick one of those cards. I don't know what I'm doing. You're doing nights and days. Oh, good grief. Good grief. Bless your heart. Okay. All right, so I've got a random card from each one. And I'm just going to shuffle. It's hard to shuffle 6 cards. That's really hard to do. But we're going to pretend like I can. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to randomly pick one. Okay. Okay. What was the first thing you remember buying with your own money? This is a life question. That's the category. Life. What is the first thing you remember buying with your own money? I'm trying to think. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I can do that, Cindy. Give me 1 second. What was the first thing you remember buying with your own money? Okay. For me, I know this is not the first thing, but it's the thing that sticks out. When I was about, I want to say 14, 13, 14, I think. Is this it? It is currently 15% off, in case anybody cares. When I was about 14 or 15, maybe 13, 13, 14, whatever. I bought, here's the link to the icebreaker deck. It's in the chat. Okay, about 13 years old, whatever. I bought my first Bible. It wasn't my first Bible, but it was the first Bible I bought. It was like a teen Bible. And then I bought an FFH album. It was their record. I remember going to the store. I think I listened, because back in the day you could listen to it in the store, listen to clips or something. And I remember it had just come out, and it was called, the record was called Ready to Fly. And I bought that and the Bible at the Christian bookstore, and I just felt so grown up. But that's not my first purchase. I just don't remember what else I bought like earlier. That's the first thing I can remember. Candy. That's a lovely thing to buy. Oh, there's a little shop by my house. We only went like once or twice, I think. I don't know if it was like a farmer's market situation, but they had like candy for, like pennies and nickels and dimes, that kind of thing. I remember buying candy, but I can't remember if it was my own money. I have no idea. Most likely my mom gave it to me and said, here, you can like pick a candy. Cigarettes. Cindy said cigarettes. That is, hey, I understand. I feel like that's a popular first thing. Candies. Same. Alexandra bought candies. Awesome. You guys, my screen won't turn on. Here we go. Still trying. Lived down the block from a country store. Walked there all the time. Oh, that's so cool. I wish I had something like that. We had to drive everywhere. I mean, some things were walking distance, but we drove everywhere. Okay. Well, my monitor's still deciding if it's going to cooperate. Okay. Let's talk about your bike and mini fridge for college. Oh, that's fun. That is so cool. Do you still have either of those things? Alma, you bought a wicker hamper with your college money, with your college grant money. That's so cool. Okay, so let's talk. If you still have things to share, please feel free to drop them in. Let's go ahead and move on to our goals for the week. So I did with so much pleasure work on my goals last night. I did set up a few things in my planner for the week, which I kind of dropped off on doing, but now I'm doing it regularly. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. Where's my other pen? Here we go. So I have not been making YouTube videos, as you all know, or some of you may have noticed. And I'm glad I hadn't, because I was stressed out by it and I just needed to let it go. But now I've got some ideas for some planning and journaling content that I haven't done in a very, 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 very long time that I want to get back to doing. So you no longer have them, Darlene? Aw. But the question is, did they serve you well while you had them? That is the question. Did they serve you well while you had them when you were in college? And if so, then you got your money's worth. So I have some planning to do for YouTube. I'm going to sort of dabble in that and see where that leads me. I don't know if I'm going to film anything, but we'll see. I'm at least going to start entertaining it again. Yeah, it did. Good. Awesome. And then I have a Club 119 project I'm working on, scripture writing project that I'm working on, that I really want to release in the fall. I just have to buckle down and finish it. I started it a while ago and I just need to finish the second half of it. I'm like 2/3. I think I've about 2/3 left of it. But so I need to work on that. And then I need to work on our fall Bible study for Club 119. So that's coming up starting in September. And so I still have some work to do for it. And then I also need to work. Those are my top 3. And then I have some stuff to do at home. I have some stuff to do for church. Yeah. I'm sure I have some other projects and things, work and personal related. I have to let you know. Because I know this is a thing for for a lot of us. This past weekend, no, last week, I took some stuff. It was Friday because I was out and about running errands. It was Friday. I took stuff to Goodwill on Friday. Now, the significance of that is that stuff had been hanging around for weeks, just sitting there waiting for me to take it. And I finally got it in the car. And I finally took it to Goodwill. And there was some stuff in my trunk that had been there for like weeks and weeks on end. So I finally got that done. I'm proud of myself. Does that happen to anybody else where you need to take things to donate or whatever, and it just takes forever? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Oh, I need to write this down. 1 second. Because it would go in my planner and I would be like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then it's just one of those things. It's not my favorite. Oh, my stomach is growling. Okay. Sorry. I need to eat. Okay. So got that done. We also took some stuff to storage that needed to be taken that was hanging around for weeks that we just could have taken. But anyway. Yes, it happens to you. Sits in boxes in your office until you decide that you can't walk around them anymore. I know, seriously. Why is it so stinking hard? And literally, I have a couple of them like not too far from me. It's not that it's not that big of a trip. But I turn it into this huge thing in my mind. Okay, Cindy K, what have you got? You gather ideas for blogs and posts that you would love to get created and scheduled. Lovely. Love that. I'm actually doing the same thing. So in my planner, I have a, let me show you. I have a section that's got just note paper, and I do some of my blog planning and work planning in there. So Alexandra, same for you. There's a container for clothes right beside the church, and we didn't manage to bring your old clothes for weeks. It's right there. You don't even have to drive to a donation place. It's right there at church, where presumably you're seeing it at least once a week. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Isn't that crazy? That is so crazy. I got some stuff that I need to take to one of the children's rooms in our church, and I think it sat in my office, and then it sat in my car. And then one day we had gone to the church for something, not for service, but just for something else. And got home and I was like, oh, I forgot to take it out of the car. I don't know. It happens. Absolutely, Miss Cindy. We will absolutely discuss that tomorrow. Okay. So those are my 3 things. I've got some YouTube stuff. I've got to work on my new project for Club 119. I have some other Club 119 stuff to work on that I'm behind on. So that is also going to get on my list. Actually, now that I'm saying that, I remembered something else. You all, I'm just filling stuff in. Okay, so... Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to try to drink more smoothies. Oh, I did drink one yesterday. I did drink one yesterday, so let me get that done. Oh, this is throwing me off. Okay. This is throwing me off. Okay, I'm so used to a Sunday start, and I prefer a Sunday start in my week. I actually like both. I like a Monday start and a Sunday start, but I currently have both sort of functioning at the same time in my planner, which is throwing me off. And now anyway, it's doing a number on my brain. You have 3 boxes in your hallway for donations that you're filling gradually. Yeah, well, at least you're filling them. Once they're filled, they need to not sit. Because I had some stuff that was filling up gradually. I was just like, just tossing things in there. I would go in the closet and say, you know what, I'm really truly not wearing this anymore, or I'm not using this anymore. Somebody else could use it. And then, yeah, it just sits there, all filled up, ready to go. But at least you're filling yours. There's activity going on in yours, Elma. You want to discuss this too? What did I just say? Maybe Sunday, Monday starts. Is that what I was talking about? Yeah. Okay. Let me see. There's also, there's a bill I need to pay. Okay, so I put in my expenses for the week as well. So I need to pay a bill like manually. Let's see, is there another one I need to pay? Oh, yeah. There are 2 that I need to pay manually. Okay. Cool. Oh, smoothies. Okay. Yes. Smoothies are, if anybody cares, I will usually do a smoothie in the morning. And I keep it really simple. I will buy bananas, let them ripen a little bit to my liking. And then I will lay them out on a cookie sheet with parchment. So cookie sheet, parchment, and then I will lay them out, freeze them, and then bag them. I used to, a long time ago, make the mistake of just putting them all in a bag, and then they would get stuck together, and you just had one big lump of bananas. So you need to freeze them first. You do that with any kind of like fruit if you want to freeze it. Lay it out, freeze it, bag it. And so I have like a couple of gallon-sized freezer bags of bananas ready to go. And then I'll put 1 or 2, depending on how much I want, 1 or 2 bananas in the blender, and I'll blend it with berries, frozen berries, or fresh if I have them and they're starting to turn. So berries, and then I put in protein powder, collagen powder, and then I have like this. I don't know. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you. Okay, so they were peddling this at Costco a while ago, I think like last year. And it's like a super fruit and veggie vitamin blend. I throw some of this in there too. So 1 scoop is supposed to have like a bunch of stuff in it. And so I just throw it in there. You're supposed to be able to put it like just in water, but I don't like putting this kind of junk in water. It's not junk. I don't like putting this kind of stuff in water. So I just put it in my smoothie. Sometimes I'll put like flaxseed or chia seeds if I have that kind of thing going on. I love smoothies because you can just throw all different kinds of stuff in there. This is why you want to discuss it with me. Got it. So, and then I'll put in some kind of milk, sometimes juice, but typically milk for a little added extra protein. What else? And then, greens. If I have like spinach or kale or something like that, I'll put that in there. I think that's it. Yeah. Some people put nut butters in theirs for added protein. I can't. I used to do that when I was making smoothie bowls. It's not my favorite, but I can handle it. So anyway, that's what I do. So I need to make one this morning, right after we get off our call. All right, so let me really quick. Last week I shared that I was using, I think it was last week. Yeah, that I shared that I was using the Next Right Thing guided journal, which some of you seem to be interested in. And I'm still doing it. I think it's really great. And what I love about it is you don't have to do it every day. It's just every so often. at least once or twice a week, which is lovely. What I've also been doing um, is I bought a new traveler's notebook. This is from Moterm. Cindy, this is it. I need to send you a video, but anyway, and I'm probably gonna do a flip on YouTube. But this is my Moterm and my little pictures. Anyway, this is my Moterm, and you all, I never thought, this is what's called passport size. If you don't know, I never thought that I would love passport size. I also have a Travelers Company passport size. I've had this for years, like at least a couple of years. I'm not sure when I bought this, but it's just been hanging around. And I have all kinds of, I have a whole stash of stuff. I didn't have to buy anything because I just had stuff sitting around. I did buy this. This is a Travelers Company clip, you know. But as far as the inserts, I didn't have to buy a thing because I have so much stuff. And so same for this one. And so I just gathered some stuff, put some little inserts together. I had some inserts, but I put some together. Anyway, and I've got this little setup, and I will do a video at some point because I'm still kind of getting into it. But you all, I love holding these. This is for like nightly journaling, and this is an everyday carry. So I'm not going to be carrying this around with me. This is huge. I don't need all of this. I don't need all of this with me. It just needs to stay at my desk. I've been using this really, really well, and the setup is working well for me, but I don't need to take it with me. So I just need to take this. And even though this is supposed to be for nightly journaling, I just can't help but taking this as well. Anyway. You love TNs. So do I. And I like, this is one of my original TNs that I have all set up. I haven't been using it, and I'm wondering if it's a size thing. I don't know, but I'm not sure. But we're gonna see how this works. I'm not gonna push it. I'm just gonna have some fun. These are your all-time favorite sizes along with your A6s. A6 is my next stop. A6 might be my next stop because I've been looking at A6. I know, Cindy, you just got an A6, right? An A6 allergy. Listen, Field Notes, Leuchtturms, and A6, I'm really looking at them. I really love Passport, and I really love the covers I can get. A6, you're going to be, subject to different cover options, which is fine. But yeah, A6s are really, really, like, I keep seeing them on YouTube, and I haven't been watching planner content in a long time, which is sad. I used to watch it all the time. Journaling content I hadn't been watching, and now I'm watching planner and journaling content, and it's like slowing me down. And I think that's what my soul needed, because I just needed to slow it the heck down. And going back to stuff that I used to love, that I still love. It fits in your hand. So like, this is so lovely. I love it so much. So anyway, this is what's new, and my stomach is growling again. There it is. I need a smoothie. Yeah. So anyway, I have some things I'm going to be showing you all in some way, shape, or form. You're torn between buying a TN or making one since you have all the stuff. Okay. If you have all the stuff, this is always going to be my advice to anybody, whether, a lot of us have been in this for a while, have been doing this kind of thing for a while, or if you're new, I'm always going to say exactly what Jennifer said. Make one, save your money. I had a little bit of a budget to splurge on this one. It was a birthday thing. So I had some birthday money, and I don't have the right supplies to make one. I could kind of finagle something together, but I don't have the right supplies. You do. So this is always my advice to people. If you're trying to get back into or just dabbling for the first time, make or use what you have or use the cheapest option before you go spending a whole ton of money as you get back into it, right? Like develop your practice first. And then if you have the money and you want to drop some money on something a little bit fancier, then do it. But make one first. Alexandra, Cindy K has like, yours is actually the one you made me. Hold, please. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. One of the things I took to the storage unit is just some old planners and whatnot, planners and journals and whatnot. But I did keep a selection of them. And one of them is the one Cindy K made me. She made this one. So it's just a beautiful cover, double-sided. I love this teacup situation. I think it's so cute. And then she made the insert. And it's really simple. And hers, you can see the stitching. It's stitched. Her insert is stitched to the cover. So it's just one insert. And if I were to put this in a cover, I could put it in something like this and then have multiples in one big cover if I wanted to. Excuse me. I'm a journal hoarder, which means that I like collect stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to use it because, which is ridiculous. Use your stuff. Vinyl cloth. Yes. So it's vinyl on the outside and cloth on the inside. That's how she makes hers. And they're lovely. And they are lovely. So since you've got the stuff, Miss Cindy, make some beautiful covers. You do make some that have strings and that you can change out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Lovely, lovely. So that's, so that's what I'm working on. And then I'm working on another thing that I'll tell you all about later. And let me just, here's a plug for using what you got. Okay. Here's a plug for using what you got. There in the journal community, there's this like pouch that's popular. It's called a Delphonics. Does anybody have a Delphonics or have you seen a Delphonics? I think it's a European thing. Anyway, so they're really popular in the journaling community. And I kept seeing like video after video after video featuring this utility pouch. You have one and you love it? Okay. So I want one, but I needed to prove that I was going to use it, right? I need to, like, before I go dropping money that sometimes I don't have, I need to prove that I am worthy to make the purchase. You keep your art and journaling supplies in it. Yes. And it's a beautiful, I kind of want the pink one. It's really cute. So I kind of want the pink or the yellow, which I don't normally gravitate towards yellow, but it's really cute. Cindy K, you would love it. It's like a mustardy yellow. You would love it. Anyway, so I want one, but I need to prove it. So what I did, then I started looking up like toiletry bags and makeup bags, because you can use those too to hold your stuff. And I was like, wait a second. I'm not traveling until like the holidays. You added a shoulder strap, blue and white. So fun. I'm gonna get one day, probably. And I need to soon before like you can't. Delphonics. It's DEL. Delphonics. Are they actively not making them anymore? Because I think I went on the website and they weren't there, or they were sold out or something. I don't know. I'm late to the game. I'm going to send you a link. So it's a pouch. Here's the yellow one. It's called a utility pouch. And here's the link. Delphonics. There's a link, Cindy K, to the yellow one. You need a travel bag for books when you work from the camper. Yeah, you can fit in little stuff. It's not a huge bag. But anyway, so I went and I shopped my own house, and this is going to look kind of funny, but what do you call this? Travel organizer that you use when you travel, like toiletries and stuff. I had one that I barely used. I think I've used it once. last year. And I just started putting my own stuff in it. If I decide to keep it this way permanently, I'll take this thing off because it's kind of funny. But this is like a cheapo bag that I think I got like in a set. So I just put a bunch of my stickers and junk in it. And this is what we're going to use for the time being. Until I can prove and until I can afford to buy another thing, which I don't really need at the moment. So this is what I'm using right now. And we're going to see how it works. Because, yeah. Shopped my stash. All right, so there's that. What have we been reading? Anybody reading anything different than last week? I'm still working on Practicing the Way. But thank you, Jennifer. It felt brilliant. It felt so brilliant. So if you have travel bags, like toiletry makeup bags that you're not using or you have extra of or something like that, use those. Use those first. It doesn't have to be an actual like art supplies bag. Another good option are like sewing totes. They have a lot of really good space. It just depends on whether or not you want it to be portable. That was my other thing, Darlene, for the Delphonics. I really want one, but my one hang up is the fact that it's got the open pockets on the side. And the reason why I wanted Delphonics is so I can carry it with me so it can be portable. So I'm not sure yet. Great idea for pens and stuff. Yeah, exactly. When you're in the camper, I'm telling you. And especially if I was still living in my travel trailer, I would definitely keep the hanger because I could hang it like next to I used to have a desk set up. The desk that I have now was the one I had in my trailer. And it would have been really cool to like hang it somewhere, in my office space in my trailer. So in a camper, I could see this being really useful. Yeah. So potentially anyway. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do. That's a good way to save money. Absolutely. Okay. So I'm still reading Practicing the Way. I got more into it. I got finally caught up in our book for Club 119, which if you didn't know, we are reading Spiritual Disciplines by Mason King, How to Become a Healthy Christian. When I tell you how much I am underlining, I'm trying not to underline everything. I think Jennifer made this comment a while ago. It is so hard not to underline the entire thing. So I finally got caught up to last week. And so hopefully I can stay caught up. Now I just need to answer all the questions in book club. So still reading this. And I'm reading, like I said, Practicing the Way. And I'm trying to start to read this book as I'm thinking through Ecclesiastes, Why Everything Matters, The Gospel in Ecclesiastes by Philip Ryken. I don't know anything about this author. I just got it because I needed some reading material for Ecclesiastes. So that's what I got. The House that Jesus Built and Giddy Up Eunice. Yep. Reading has been on hold. Except for the Spiritual Disciplines book. Mine has two. Mine has two besides trying to finish Practicing the Way and this. And I'm okay with it. Like I'm letting myself just kind of take a breather. I didn't even put like a summer reading guide or summer reading list together. I really wanted to, but I didn't finish my spring one. And I was kind of like, So I don't know. Maybe I'll put one together for August. Just like a little light, like, I don't know what that was. I was trying to whistle and it didn't work. But yeah, I'm just letting this season be the season where like I want to do summer reading, but I'm not on vacation. I think that's part of my issue. Like I'm deep in work and I don't have a lot of time. And I'm trying to do audiobooks, but I'm kind of in an audiobook slump. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. The open pockets, yes, in the Delphonics. It's hard to fit. Yeah, it's hard to fit with items. So that's my one hang up. I really want one, but I need something portable. So we'll see. You have a couple of 31 bags that your daughter gave me. Nice. What are 31 bags? Am I missing something? Am I reading that wrong? Help me out, Alma. I think I'm misunderstanding what you're saying. Same book for Club 119. You got to answer your questions. Yeah, I know. That's the hard part. Because you know why it's hard to answer the questions? Because I got to think. Like, it is easy to sit here with the book and with my pen and go, oh, man, this is so good. And I know, right? And oh, my goodness, that is so good. And I'm like writing little notes in the margin. And then I go to think about answering the questions. And I'm like, wait a second. I have to think about this. I don't always have time. So that is one of my, writing that down. Answer questions in book club. Answer book club questions. Okay. We're doing that this week. I'm doing that this week. Okay. Also, I know we don't have a lot of need right now. A lot of us have things on our plates, lots of things on our plates. I am, just for the sake of my email newsletter, which did go out last week, I'm going to pull a recommendation from my TBR. From my TBR, meaning I haven't read it yet. Okay, you got it? You got the email newsletter? Awesome. You got the email newsletter? I'm going to pull a couple of them, okay? So let's see what we got. I'm just pulling stuff at random. Random. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, that was a good book. All right, I got a theology. I've got a theology. I've got a novel, and I'm gonna pull a history. How about that? All right. Let's try this. Let us try this. All right, I have not read any of these books. Oh, thank God I was wearing real pants. I don't always plan to get up. And you just need to remember to wear real pants every time I do this now. Okay. Haven't started this yet, but it's highly recommended. You Are a Theologian by Jen Wilkin and JT English. Wilkin and English are colleagues. They are also podcast hosts for the podcast. Somebody remember? It's called Knowing Faith. Knowing Faith. JT English, Jen Wilkin, and I can see their face. Kyle Worley. So yeah, this is their book that came out, I want to say last year. Did this come out last year? Yeah, last year. Okay. Anyway, so this is on my list. I really love Wilkin's work, and so I trust that I'm going to enjoy this book. I just have not read it yet. So that's one book off my TBR. You Are a Theologian. Again, sorry. You Are a Theologian, an invitation to know and love God well. An invitation to know and love God well. The link is not working. Hold, please. Are we talking about the Delphonics bag? Your TBB to be bought. I love it. All right, so the link is not working. It worked for me. I just clicked on it. It worked for me. Hold on, let's see. What else can I do? I'll put it in again just to see. Because we can't have that. It worked for you too? Okay, I'm just going to put it in again just to see. Okay. What is a 31 bag? I don't know what that is. Maybe I do know what it is. I'm just not remembering. Please enlighten me. Okay, so that was theology. Your link. Which link? I'm so confused, Cindy. I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. That one worked for you, the Delphonics. You put a link in for 31 bags. Oh, okay. What are 31 bags? Can somebody please explain to Alyssa what a 31 bag is? Do I want one? You sent a link for 31 bags. All right, I'm gonna let this cook for a second. I'm gonna cook for a second. Okay, because I'm so confused. All right, we're gonna move on to World War II in Italy. I have a whole shelf. This shelf right here, where my hand is, that's all World War II with a little bit of World War I sprinkled in. I found out recently when I was reorganizing my shelves last week that I had so many World War II slash World War One titles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Almost 30. Oh no. Oh no. I will go down a rabbit hole. A deep rabbit hole. I need to be careful. Thank you for the warning, Jennifer. I will proceed with caution. Thank you. Okay, Beneath the Scarlet Sky. Beneath the Scarlet Sky. This is Mark Sullivan. I know nothing about this. I got it thrifted. Okay. Uh-oh is right, Darlene. World War II in Italy. What I love about having so many World War II novels is that they come from different places and different aspects of the war. So, based on a true story, which I love, of a forgotten hero. This is a triumphant epic tale of one young man's incredible courage and resilience during one of history's darkest hours. Pino Lela wants nothing to do with the war or the Nazis. He is a normal Italian teenager obsessed with food, music, and girls, but his days of innocence are numbered. When his family home in Milan is destroyed by Allied bombs, Pino joins an underground railroad, helping Jews escape over the Alps and falls for Anna, a beauty. Oh, sorry. I can read. I promise I can read. Joins an underground railroad helping Jews escape over the Alps and falls for Anna, a beautiful widow, 6 years his senior. Okay. In an attempt to protect him, Pino's parents forced him to enlist as a German soldier, a move they think will keep him out of combat. But after Pino is injured, he is recruited at the tender age of 18 to become a personal driver for Adolf Hitler's left hand in Italy, General Hans Leyers, one of the Third Reich's most mysterious and powerful commanders. Now, with an opportunity to spy for the Allies inside the German high command, Pino enters the horrors of the war and the Nazi occupation by fighting in secret, his courage bolstered by his love for Anna and for the life he dreams they will one day share. Beneath the Scarlet Sky, Mark Sullivan. That sounds like a winner to me and is based on a true story. I love it. Okay, so that's another one. Alma, you concur. 31 bags, definite rabbit hole. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I need to check them out, but probably not today because I have a lot to get done and I do not want to be sidetracked. So probably not today. Okay. Last but not least, this is another war story. I did not do this on purpose. Maybe subconsciously, I did not do this on purpose. Okay. This is narrative nonfiction. This is historical. I want to say it's narrative nonfiction. It's nonfiction. This is Liar, Temptress, Soldier, Spy. Have I talked about this before? I still have not read it, so we're going to talk about it again. 4 women undercover in the Civil War. Liar, Temptress, Soldier, Spy. I tried listening to this on audio and it didn't hook. So I shelved it, so to speak. But I found this at a thrift store for like a couple of bucks probably. And was like, oh yeah, I remember this. So I got it again. So the premise of this, 4 different women. Karen Abbott is the author. And she tells the spellbinding true story of 4 women who risked everything during the Civil War. So we have 17-year-old Belle Boyd, an avowed rebel with a dangerous temper, shot a Union soldier in her home, became the courier and spy for the Confederate Army, using her considerable charms to seduce men on both sides. Okay, that's Belle Boyd. We have Emma Edmonds, disguised herself as a man to enlist as a Union private named Frank Thompson, witnessing the bloodiest battles of the war, infiltrating enemy lines. Then we have widow Rose O'Neill Greenhow, engaged in affairs with powerful Northern politicians and used her young daughter to send information to Southern generals. And then we have Elizabeth Van Lew, a wealthy Richmond abolitionist, hid behind her proper Southern manners as she orchestrated a far-reaching espionage ring, even placing a former slave inside the Confederate White House, right under the noses of increasingly suspicious rebel detectives. With a cast of real-life characters like, or including, Nathaniel Hawthorne, General Stonewall Jackson, Detective Alan Pinkerton. Does anybody know about the Pinkertons? Abraham and Mary Todd Lincoln, and Emperor Napoleon III. Liar, Temptress, Soldier, Spy shines a dramatic new light on these daring and until now unsung heroines. My monitor still won't turn on. Anyway, Liar, Temptress, Soldier, Spy. So one war novel, one war history, and one theology. So those are my recommendations off my TBR. So those will be in my email newsletter. What else did I have in my newsletter last week? I had a couple of blog posts. Oh yeah, I'm working on, I got to do that. Sorry. Right. I got to write my Tuesday blog post, my theology blog post. I got to finish that. So I started a series last week called Good Theology. It does sound like a good read, right? I started a series last week on my blog called Good Theology Destroys. And last week I started off by talking about how good theology destroys bad ideas about God. This week I'm going to be talking about good theology destroys something else. I can't remember which one I'm doing. Anyway, I got to work on that. And this is just one way for me to work through some ideas. Sometimes we work through ideas by writing them. And so that's what I'm doing. And I get to use my blog for that. So that's fun. All right. So talk about reading. What else? I think we covered everything, right? I think we covered everything. So 31 bags. Writing it down. To explore at a later time. Our challenges. Thank you. And they're sitting right here. Thank you, Darlene. And I know I'm like, yeah, we're done. And my brain is like, no, you're not. I couldn't figure out what it was. Hello. Challenges. Okay. Yes. Thank you. You guys keep me on my toes. All right. Let's try this. Oh, yeah, we did that one before. Recently. Oh, I like this. I need to do this. Like this. We'll do a few. Okay, we're gonna do that one. This is funny in light of using what we have, not spending money, and not going down rabbit holes of 31 bags. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I think we've got some. I think we've got some good ones. Here we go. So these are from the Faith collection, from Cultivate What Matters. Faith collection. Okay. Number 1. Choose a simple action or kindness that you can do today to bless someone you love. Just something very simple. Simple action or kindness you can do today, this week, to bless somebody you love. I would even extend that if you want to, even to a stranger. So if you're out and about and maybe somebody needs help, or you can pay for the person behind you in line, or something like that. You can even extend that out. Number 2, set a timer for 10 minutes and write out your prayers. Set a timer for 10 minutes. I'm actually going to write that down. I have a little challenge box in my planner page, and sometimes I forget to write them down. Oh man, I want to yawn. There it is. Okay. Okay. You love that box? I'm glad. Okay. Review your spending from the past month or year. Take one action step to bring it more in line with God's desire for your money. So you may or may not need to do this. If you've got a real tight hold on your budget right now, you know where all your money is going, good for you, keep it up. But if you're sort of thinking about your finances and going, something might need to be adjusted, look at your spending for the past month at least, if not the year. Actually, this is a really great time to review the first half of the year, right? We're right in the middle. So review the first half of the year if you'd like, see how your spending is going, and see where you might need to make some adjustments so that your finances are God honoring. We want our finances to be God honoring. This is called stewardship, right? Where we're using our resources in a way that pleases God, and in whatever way this means for you, also blesses others. So those are 3 really great challenges. I'm definitely going to do the prayer one. Our spending, we're on a real big debt payoff kick. So, goodness, adjust, take out for campaigns. Yes, absolutely. Sometimes you need to forego one in favor of another. Yes, I completely understand. So yeah, we're on a big debt paying kick, and so we're moving things around to be able to do that. I think not being overwhelmed and controlled by debt is a really responsible thing. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation, but yeah, that's what we're working on. Something to keep in mind as we are potentially resetting for the year. Oh, that's the other thing I need to write down. So my little reset sheets that I made, my little simple summer reset sheets, I have not filled them out yet. I'm going to do them for before the month is over. But yeah, this is also going to go on my list. And it's something that finances might come up in my reflection. You need to curb your Amazon buying. I know. Need to start writing out prayers. Yep, same. Yes, and not eating takeout is healthier and cheaper. It sure is. You can have control over all the, excuse me, so sorry guys, over all the ingredients, as a lot of times is less sodium and all of that. So yes, it's definitely a better option. Okay, thank you, ladies. It is 9:06. We are at the top of our hour. Thank you for hanging out. Let me know if you need anything. I will see you, Lord willing, next Monday. Have a fantastic week, a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you next week or somewhere in Club 119. Let's have prayer, and I will let you all go. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this time that we get to spend together, talking about our weeks and our responsibilities, having some fun, talking about things that we enjoy, and just taking a moment before we go into a week of work and challenges and responsibilities and even good, fun things. Father, we're so grateful for the blessing of fun and pleasure and getting to work on projects and getting to explore in different ways this world that you have given us. And we're just so grateful for creativity and for art and music and books and stories. And these are all lovely, lovely things. And we're just incredibly grateful that we get to partake in these things as we are also pursuing the work that you have given us. I ask that you would be with each lady here, each family and home represented here, that you would continue to guide us and give us direction and discernment as we make decisions and navigate situations, and as we inevitably have impact and influence on people. I ask that you would help us to keep our eyes focused so that we would be good representatives of who Jesus is, so that when people interact with us, they feel His love and His sunshine. We are um, so we're so indebted to you for everything, and we're so incredibly blessed. And I just ask that you help us not to take you or your blessings for granted, and that we would hold them with open and grateful hands, so that we can also be generous to others with the things that you give to us. Please, Father, forgive us where we have fallen short, where we have sinned. Please help us to say yes where we need to say yes, and no where we need to say no. Help us to lose desire for the things that you don't want us to have any part of. And just continue to bless and guide us. I ask all of these things in the blessed name of Jesus. Amen. All right, ladies, have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Monday. And I will talk to you all later. And if you need me, you know where to find me. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, bye, bye.